Okay, it's 11:45. I'm sorry, we said that we would start this meeting with the treasurer at 11:30, but time got away from us. So this is the work session. It's Tuesday, April the 16th, 2024. It's 11:45, and we're in the Board of Supervisors hearing room, Melody Lane. Pursuant to ARS 38-431.02H, the public will have physical access to the meeting place 15 minutes prior to the start of the meeting, and any item on this agenda is open for discussion. Roll call. District 1.
Crosby is here.
District 2. The English is present. District 3.
Supervisor Judd is here.
We have a complete board. Members of the public may also attend this meeting by Microsoft Teams computer or mobile app, or by phone by calling 602-609-7513 or 888-680-6714. Conference ID is 458-805-190#. If you have trouble accessing this meeting remotely, call 520-432-9200 for direction. Work sessions are a time for the county staff to inform and discuss agenda items at the Board of Supervisors. Public comments will not be taken. Introductions on our work sessions have not changed, and before you speak, we'd like to have you to give your name and who you represent, so that we have a complete record for our files. So, having said that, this is a budget work session. So, our county administrator, Mr. Karwachka, would you have any lead-in for the county treasurer's office?
Simply to say she's here to present on her budget.
Well, that was good.
That's what
That
You memorized that well.
I did. I had to practice twice.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm Catherine Treywick, the Cochise County Treasurer, and I am here to ask for not any more, not any less. I like my budget. The only big issue that may come forward in the coming year is postage, because the Federal Postage Service seems to think everybody wants to pay more and more to get snail mail. So it has gone up incrementally. And before I go too much further with this, I would also like to really, really thank Juan and Monica. My chief has been pitching in too, but my admin has gone, and I am not very adept at New World at all. And so it has been a real learning curve, and I'm getting good at it. Now we're going to get a new ERP. And so, yeah, about the time I figure it out, I will be out of office. So one more term, guys, and I'm out of here. So anyway.
It's called progress.
I know.
Whichever way you want.
I like it both ways, actually. It's all right with me. But if you have any questions for me with any of the presentation, I just don't usually do a whole bunch of extra stuff, because we just do what we do, and I try and be as frugal as I possibly can. So,
Well, I didn't know if it's a typo or not, but your 25 budget on your salary adjustments is quite a bit different.
Yes.
And so are you actually saying that we have a department that thinks that their salaries are appropriate and not having to add?
Madam Chair, in the past year and a half, I have had so much turnover
That's
that
unusual.
it is. It's horrible. It's horrible. And God bless the people that keep applying, but I've got to say, being a treasurer is not everyone's cup of tea. They are not going to learn the stuff they learn in my office anyplace else. And so we've actually even had one person that resigned because they wanted to go back to school, because they wanted to be a physicist, because this just wasn't it. So it's just, yeah, we've been hiring people. Yeah, it's like we've had people, we've been hiring them in as temporaries to see if they can actually fit into the work site.
So that's not a typo. You're asking for less than you asked for last year. It's so unusual, I had to ask the question.
Well, and I'm a blonde Polish dyslexic woman, so I always try and keep things on the little edge there to make you guys, have something to talk to me about.
Right.
But yeah, we did with a lot of our extant positions actually increase them to a reasonable amount, which is why the wages line is bigger. But that was using my salary adjustments from last year and the previous year. So,
Well, your professional services went up a lot.
oh yeah,
So what is that?
professional services are title reports on all of the old stuff, mostly.
So we kind of combined the two lines,
Yeah.
professional services and miscellaneous professional services.
Yeah.
Because it's all professional service.
Yeah, because our original professional services was only $1,100.
Mhm.
And then our miscellaneous was $28,000. So we just put them together
Okay.
so that we didn't have to break them out as much and just saved one from having to explain to me which one it was supposed to be in. Because I you'll notice a couple other zeros that they're cruising down there in the new budget. Those are also just reformed so that they're all in one bucket so that I don't have to kind of try and segregate them too much.
So what's the big difference for the $25,000 difference between the 24 budget and the 25 budget?
Gee. I'm going to say part of it's elected officials. My gigantic raise, which is 20 grand right there. Yay. Thank you, legislature. My dog will be eating real food now. Instead of out catching rabbits and hoping for the best. But other than that, there's nothing that really has accelerated a whole lot. As I said, my biggest concern at this point is postage. We do, we kept the same figure, but as we've been told recently, it's going, I believe, to 65 cents a piece.
72, I heard, but who knows? It hasn't passed yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of my postcard stuff that's going out, which is still, it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Over
It's
7.
actually the value of your money going down. Postage isn't going up really.
Well, I no, actually, I've invested a lot of our long-term investments in forever stamps. Just saying. I'm kidding. The public record, I shouldn't be kidding, but yeah. I actually, they're little elves. They're little green elves, but yeah. But yeah, that is my only real kick in the teeth concern that, things are going to get out of control on that. But so far, and we've had increases before in postage, and I just kind of move stuff around until everything just, can't be moved anymore. But I have never spent my full budget. And I'm prepared if we do need to look at savings in other places. I've looked in different areas in my budget in case we do need to do a decrease, that something horrendous happens with our legislature. So I'm ready if we have to, but I'm happy where I'm at.
Well, the legislature hasn't gone home yet, so we don't know exactly what they will do to us.
Oh, I know. Check their pockets on the way out because, yeah, I'm not happy with them right now.
Any questions, concerns, board members?
Were you talking about the computer system that you're likely to get here pretty soon? Or was I thinking about this?
Mine is fabulous. My T-Rock system is running just the way I'd always hoped and prayed it would. I'm talking about the new finance and payroll system that, we've been looking at new vendor and how that will develop out. One of my big goals in the next 4.5 years before I bolt out the door is to implement parity between the county treasurer's general ledger system and the finance department general ledger system. So there's only one point of entry no need for dual entry or bridging or anything like that. And so as this moves forward, that's what I'm hoping to see when the new process comes in place. However, we're rocking what we got right now, and my system is fabulous, and I know that the finance department and the budget director have been doing the best with what they got. So we're just looking for happy future with new stuff.
Good.
But no, mine's fabulous, so just saying.
Even old programs change over time, so, it's not necessarily that change is happening because we need to go with a new system. It's like sometimes when they upgrade that system, it's kind of like, what? Now I have to relearn. So, yeah, we face that all the time.
Well, and part of the problem is that they can't get support on the old system. And so, well, we ran into that with my system also, not T-Rocks, but the AS400, yes. Yes, we both do. That was back when we had blonde hair. Instead of all God's highlights in here, but yeah, in 92 when we had the AS400 and moving forward, and
Now it seems like T-Rex when you talk about an AS400.
maybe I should be named T-Rock.
Yeah.
Yes, because it will eat all other programs. But no, I'm absolutely madly in love with my computer system. It is just kept growing and developing, and without AI, so there's no creepy
Does that
things
make
that are
it possible
possible.
to pay bills online and stuff? Yeah, see, we all love it.
And it's fabulous.
It
You
is.
can wake up at 3:00 in the morning and say, God,
Pay your
did I
tax bill."
pay my tax bill? No. It's like,
That's
well,
always
it's
the-
just, well, see, and if you don't, then you're probably not one of the candidates for my office, because I pray that there's some of these people that are like, yeah, that's what I think like too. But that is a scary thought. And my whole thing with T-Rocks is to give you back control of your information so that you know what's going on with your tax situation, where all the levy rates come from, where the budgets are, who the people are you should talk to, what part of the pie is going to the county as opposed to going to the school district. I want it to be absolutely clear to you where your money goes, because I just get the money. I don't budget it. I don't spend it. I don't do any of those things. I just get it so that it's available to all the entities that I'm collecting for. And so I just want everybody to be informed.
And that was a big step forward. When you offered to send out those bills and let people know with a pie chart, which most people could easily discern where the money was going that you were being asked to collect. And I think it was shocking to some people. The thing that in the beginning, a lot of people didn't get those because it went to their mortgage company. And so I thought that was troubling, because I thought we wanted everybody to know, well, a big percentage of the public has a mortgage, so they didn't get that. So,
Well, now they can look online and see their actual copy of what the bill looks like with the pie chart, with the phone numbers. So that is now available on the public side, that they can look at their tax bill as it would have been generated. Just don't pay it. And don't let
I wish that we, and maybe during the next season, when we do taxes, maybe we'll do a little more education to tell the public where to look.
Mhm.
Because there's still a lot of people out there that, well, I'm sending it to the county and they act like we're getting it all, and we're spending it all. And so,
actually, that's what made me really think about this was your poor board. Because I get attacked in Walmart all the time for what I've done to their tax bill, but as far as money, but you guys get a substantial number of phone calls that, well, you get all this money, and it's like, no, they only get this part. because, and that was the other reason for all the phone numbers on there for each entity that actually levies, because if you're being taxed at a rate or for something that you don't approve of, then shame on you. Why were you not attending the open meetings that every board that is coming up with a budget that needs levied for, why are you not attending those in your community?
And why don't you ask those boards instead of
Mhm.
asking this one, because we go, I don't have a clue why you have 21 streetlights, you know? You have a board or whatever. So thank you. Anyway,
I request, would you please write out flood control district instead of FCD on the bills by church?
All right, just for you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
any other questions, comments?
Nope, thank you.
Well,
Okay.
looks like you always keep it simple and you did again today. So
And then 99.9% because of one. So thank you for all your help too, because I still have 3 hairs left on my head that I didn't pull out because of this.
so thank you, Juan.
And it's so long.
Okay, before we leave, I need to tell you that the next meeting today is at 1 o'clock in the Board of Supervisors hearing room. It's a work session on the budget, specifically the Sheriff's Department. So, not the jail district. To those of you that are listening, it will only be the Sheriff's Department, and that will be at 1 o'clock. Having said that, this meeting is adjourned.